Hello. In this video, I'm going to go over step by step on how you can land a job with the Google Career certifications. If you don't know what the Google Career certifications, they are a certification program that was created by Google to help replace a degree in really high demand jobs. They can help you completely change your career even if you don't have any experience in that field, because they give you just the perfect amount of knowledge that you need to be successful. And I also have $100 off for a yearly membership to Coursera, where the Google Career certificates are located. And this includes the Google certificates, the Meta certificates, along with a lot of other really good project-centered courses that you can find below. So it is a special link, and so check that out. If you are new to my channel, this channel is all about helping you upskill and land a job in tech. So go ahead and smash that like button below. So how exactly do you land a job with the Google Career certificates? And will they even help you get a job? The answer is yes. So the first step you're going to want to do when changing your career, utilizing a Google Career certificate, is you need to figure out exactly what you want out of a job and what job title that you want. You would be surprised that a lot of people have no idea what they want to do. So before you begin anything, including signing up for that yearly membership with $100 off, of course, with Coursera, you're going to want to figure out what job you want. They have career certificates for IT support, digital marketing, data analytics, UX design, and IT automation with Python for IT tasks, and the list goes on and on. So you need to figure out what type of job you want. You also want to figure out some things to take into consideration, because each one of these is going to have a different profile. Is what type of salary do you want? What do you want to make? What do you want to make in 5 to 10 years? What type of hours are you going to want? Project managers usually work a lot. What responsibilities do you want? Do you want to be managing people? Do you want to be working technically? Do you want to be designing things? Where is the location that you would like to work? What kind of team size would you like? What type of boss you want? And all of these things are going to help you narrow down exactly what you want. You don't want just any job, you want the right job for you. So by writing down all of these things, it can be extremely helpful. The second thing that you're going to want to do is create a strategy. If you know what you want to do, you know what you want your job, say you want to become an IT support specialist, you want to have a strategy on getting there as quickly as possible with as little money spent as possible. So, going through a degree program is great and all. However, to become an IT support specialist, you aren't essentially need to have a degree, as many IT support specialists don't have degrees. And to create a really good strategy is you're going to want to go through SMART goals. So that is be specific. So say you want a job in IT support. Measure, how are you going to measure like when you are successful, and that would be you landing interviews. Actionable, what steps do you need to take to get that Google IT support certificate, which is what this video is about. It will help you. Relevant, is this actually what I want? And time-based, how long are you going to give yourself to do this? And this will vary depending on your situation and what job that you want to land. Spend some time on the strategy, because a lot of people just believe in hard work, but hard work without strategy can waste a lot of your time. And now that you have your plan, you know exactly what you want, now it's time to actually go through the Google Career certification and really learn that material. It's not just about that certification, but the knowledge that they provide in those courses are extremely valuable. So I would suggest, while going through, is taking really good notes and creating an organizational system that you can use to later produce like projects and documented work that you can show an employer. A really good system that I use and that has changed my life completely is The Second Brain by Tiago Forte. He breaks down note-taking and organizational system down into 5 different steps. And that is step 1, capturing everything that you are learning. The second step is an organization system. So how are you organizing all of this related information, and like what containers are they going in? The third step is to practice distillation. And this is essentially just putting things in your own words and then shortening things from like a paragraph to like 2 sentences. The next way is a publishing medium. So how are you sharing your knowledge with other people? Because he made a really good point. Like if you just hoard all of your knowledge to yourself, it's kind kind of pointless. You really want to give something back to the community. The next is a review ritual, so reviewing and refreshing your systems and making sure that they are really working. And I wish I had known this when I was starting a job like 8 years ago in IT. It would have just made my life a lot easier, because you are going to forget things as like a year or two pass, and you're going to like have to relearn it. But if you already have it all in your notes, you can just quickly like go through it in 1 or 2 seconds, and you're like, oh great, and you can build upon those notes and really create something. Whereas if you don't have anything like this, you're going to be continuously starting and restarting over, and it's highly ineffective. So make sure to look into that. Also, smash that like button below. And the next step to land a job with the Google Career Certificates is to create projects and really show your work. So I would come up with new projects. So the Google Career Certificates do give you projects you can do at the end of the course, but I would take it one step further and create your own project, or go and search for ideas and then put your own spin on it and then document that. Because a lot of people are going to have those projects at the end of the course on those Google Career Certificates. So if you have your own project that you documented and you put it on a website and your grammar is good, maybe you created some videos, it can really make you stand apart when you're trying to get that entry-level job with those Google Career Certificates. Also, it prevents you from getting in the trap of just learning things and never actually putting things into action. Like, I love learning, so I always have to be careful not to just learn and then not do anything with that information. It also, just learning kind of gives you a false sense of competence. By actually doing the thing, you actually have more context and you learn way better. An ounce of doing is like better than like 10 pounds of theoretical knowledge. So people don't actually need more content, they need to practice more of what they know. And that's what I think the Google Career Certificates do really well at, is they teach you only what you need to know to go and like fly and do great things at a job. It's not overkill of information, it's not overwhelming, the production quality is great, super good. Also, did I mention you get $100 off of a yearly membership below until September, at the end of September, so check that out. After you have gone through all of these steps, which is a lot, you have figured out what you want to do with your life, you have trained yourself, you've created a second brain in projects and websites. Now you're really going to want to hone in on your resume. People underestimate the power of a resume, but it's extremely important, as this is essentially a marketing tool for yourself. A good resume can not only land you a job, right? But it can land you a better paying position if it is well thought out and accurately shows your accomplishments and what you can give to the company. Also, when I was going through the Google Data Analytics certification, I did find this really good way to present the Google Career Certificates on your resume. Right here, this is not mine, this is Google's, but I really liked how they set this up. And they put it in the summary, and you can also put it in the certificates later on in the resume. I do have a free resume template below, how to put the Google Career Certificates on your resume, so check that out. And when you're applying to jobs, make sure that you are a good fit and qualified for the jobs that you are applying for. So when you did your due diligence and you were planning, I hope you discovered some skills that were very you needed to know. For instance, if you're going to go into IT support specialist, you're going to need to know the basics of networking and operating systems. And if your project shows that, then you can put that on your resume as you have a skill and you have demonstrated it, which is more than probably the majority of people. And also, when applying to different jobs with your resume, make sure to not only send it to the recruitment agency, but also send it to the actual company, because I often do that. I'll send it to the recruiter that has contacted me, but that just alerts me that this company has a position, so I'll go ahead to that company and also apply through that position. Also, networking is extremely important. There is a hidden job network, which you only can access through different friends, and it's estimated that 80% of jobs are actually never advertised. So if you are an introvert, this can be kind of hard, but I would reach out to people, I would go to meetups, I would join Discord servers, figure out where your group of people hangs out, and then go towards that. I'm sure there are associations for those organizations that you can go to. There are career fairs that are really good, so check those out. After you have applied, now getting callbacks, you're going to want to interview. And this interviewing is almost kind of like a sales pitch about why you are the best person for the job. That could be an entire whole new channel of just me going over how to interview. Some mistakes you can make when interviewing is just surface levels, no or yes. The next biggest mistake is not asking the employer like questions at the end when they ask you if you have any questions. Biggest mistake, I would say, my favorite question to ask is, how will I know that I will be successful in 6 months? Like, what are the measurable things to say that I am successful? And this question has actually weeded out a lot of employers. Because I remember one time they were telling me about the culture and like, you're gonna have to work with this. And I realized that was not the place for me. And I would have been miserable in that job and would have had to quit. Although for some other people, it may have been great. For me, it would not have been great. So always make sure to ask good questions. The next one is criticizing your employer. Don't criticize your employer when interviewing. Also, not building rapport with the interviewer. It can be kind of difficult. Remember, people want to hire people not only that are qualified, but they want to work with and think that will be a good culture fit. And so it is just kind of a game of interviewing. And which brings me to my last step, is to persist even in the face of rejection and rejection and rejection. It may take you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 interviews along with like 50 job applications to finally land a job. I like to see it kind of like a game, you know? And remember, if you get rejected, it wasn't the place for you and you may have been miserable. So it could be a great thing that you didn't get that job. So just don't worry about it and just continue. I guarantee you, you will eventually get the job in your field if you persist. And the Google Career Certificates are really good at giving you that foundation of knowledge that you need to go out and find that first entry-level job when trying to change your career. There have been countless stories, and thank you for watching. And I do have tons of playlists about cloud computing, cybersecurity, IT. Also, I have gone through a lot of the Coursera Google Career Certificates. You can check out my playlist here, and also $100 off in that link below in the description for my audience. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.